Good morning and welcome to Fact Check with me, Abel Masete. And so far, from where I stand, Kenya as a country has recorded 320 cases with 14 mortalities. And at least we have good news that 89 people have so far recovered from the virus. Now, 37 is the number that the Ministry of Health has held so far. That is press briefing in regards to COVID-19. But the curve seems not to be flattening, and we are going to deal into that. Why is it that the curve is not flattening? And to help us understand that today, I'll be joined by a great number of panelists, including Wanjiru Kihara for the first time. She's a psychologist. Wanjiru, welcome to the show. And also Bernard Kigen, who is a journalist as well as a political analyst. Also together with Alan Polycarp, who is a journalist. Edna Kigamba, who is also a journalist, as well as for the first time, Joan Kimchai, who is a journalist, as well as Bridget Agwenge, who is also a journalist. Now, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the show. Now, so far, it has been reported that 50 people had escaped from KMTC. KMTC is one of the facilities that the government has set aside for isolation purposes to those who had come in contact with those infected with COVID-19. Now, if I can begin with you, Bernard Kigen, if you can hear me, what is your take on that issue that 50 people escaped from KMTC? Is it that the charges for upkeep in that institution is very high? Is it unbearable? Kigen, if you can hear me, what's your take on that?
Good morning, Abel, and thank you for having us this morning. First of all, according to this issue of people who are in quarantine facility escaping, that's something that is very sad. And some of the allegations of which they claim that the condition there was not so favorable. First of all, I think that the government is trying to misuse the purpose of this quarantine facility, or just that decision of making or taking people, especially those who are floating the rules of COVID-19, to be taken there, and also mixed with those who are believed to have interacted with the patients. I think that's a very wrong thing to do, because according to the understanding is that a quarantine facility is a place whereby those who are thought to have interacted with the patients are taken there, and at such a place they should be guided and told of the steps to be taken. So for now, when I'm for instance, when I'm found here without a mask, or just when the police find you maybe like 10 p.m. That's the curfew time, and take you to the quarantine. That's very low for punishment. Being there and waiting for the bill to rise up, then they saw that the best method was for them to run away.
Okay, if I can bring in Alan Polycarp, if you can hear me. Kigen, sorry for interruption. I'll come back to you later. Alan Polycarp, if you can hear me. Now, so far, 50 people have reported to have escaped from KMTC. 3 have so far been caught up with. But surprisingly, that one person managed to get all his way to Kericho, and I don't understand how that happened, because I do understand that Nairobi so far has a lockdown. So the way that person was found in Kericho, I don't understand. Now, Alan, what's your take on that? Are those upkeeps, those stages in KMTC unbearable for those quarantined inside there?
Thank you, Abel, and good morning. I want to figure this out. Remember, these people who escaped among the people who had an extension on their quarantine because they were not following the quarantine rules, and I believe a lot of people did, but not the cost of that. What I heard about cost was the people who were being taken to hotels, that the cost was high, but I think that was sorted out. So the issue of cost being 2,000 for KMTC, I don't think that is really true. But on the issue of the person escaping from Nairobi and found in Kericho, that's shocking, considering we have stringent measures that restrict movement out and in into the county. And I believe this person must have, in a way, just diverted from the exit points. I mean, they're just blocking the road, so someone can just go through the bush and cross to the other side, and they're already safe on the other side. But as I highlighted before, Abel, in our previous meetings, that ignorance is our biggest disease, and this kind of ignorance that people are carrying around that we see moved from Nairobi to and all they were saying is that they don't get liquor in KMTC. That's so saddening. At that rate, I don't think we are ready to get out of this situation.
Okay, I get your point, Alan Polycarp. Allow me to bring in Wanjiru Kihara. Now, Wanjiru, if you can hear me, some sources are complaining that those who have been caught outside the curfew hours, when they're taken to quarantine facilities, they are being mixed with those people who are allegedly have been in contact with infected people who have been reported to have COVID-19 cases. What is your take on that? Somebody is being arrested outside curfew hours, but they are taken in they are using the same washroom, they are sleeping in the same dormitory with somebody who has been in contact with their person who has been infected with COVID-19. Kihara, if you can hear me, what's your take on that?
I think, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
Okay, I think I am on both sides because it is quite fair and it is also not fair. I think these people are taken and mixed with the others so that they can serve as a lesson to those who think that they are above the law, or they think that they know those big people, so they can't be put with the others. On the other side, it's also not fair because when they are put together with these people who have already been quarantined, they can get the coronavirus from those people.
Okay, thank you very much, Kara, for your intake. If Kimtai, you can hear me. Kimtai, if you can hear me, I was asking, 50 people have so far been reported to have escaped from KMTC. They are saying that charges inside there are very unbearable for them, keeping in mind that they are also just local Kenyans, but they are being told to pay 2,000 for their daily upkeep. That is 28,000 in a month. What's your take on that, Kimtai? Is it very expensive, or what is your take on that? Kimutai, if you can hear me. Okay, Agonge, if you can hear me, I was asking, what is your take on that, in this issue that 50 people have so far escaped from KMTC? They're saying the charges inside there are unbearable for them. Agonge, if you can hear me, what's your thought on that issue?
Okay, thank you so much, Abel. It is very unfortunate because these people who have escaped from KMTC, we are not sure whether they are infected with coronavirus or they are negative. So them doing that isn't a good thing. And we are not sure whom are they going to interact with out there, because obviously when they escaped from there, they boarded a matatu, they boarded a bus, and we are not sure where they went to. And about the charges, 2,000 in a day is very expensive. Mark you, there are some people who are taken to quarantine and they are not capable of affording the 12,000 shillings in a day. So maybe that could be one of the reasons why people opt to escape in order not to pay the 2,000 shillings in a day. Yeah.
Okay, I get your point, Agonge. Thank you very much for your inputs. Let me bring in Edna Kigamba. Kigamba, if you can hear me, should government pay for those in quarantine facilities? Kigamba, if you can hear me. Kigamba, if you can hear me, should government pay for the app?
Okay. Yes, they should, or in either way, cut share the price or the cost. Because right now the economy in Kenya is, everyone is complaining, no income, no anything. And many people, that is the Kenyans, the business that they do and carry out every day, they allow them to earn only cash for hand to mouth. So charging the 2,000 per Kenyan every day, those who are in quarantine is not the solution. Imagine now the situation why I was looking at the figures, 14 days. It adds up to 28,000.
Yeah.
For 28 days for 28 days for those who don't obey the quarantine rules, it adds up to 50,000. Now you can imagine a Kenyan who is working daily from heart to mouth. That is the cost. That is what is the cost of living. That is what is expected to pay the rent with, cater for the family. 68,000, and now comes in and
Okay,
losing
Kigamba,
the
I get your
quality
point.
of
Now,
housing.
Bernard Kigen, the government, or rather the Ministry of Finance, that is under CS Sukuri Atani, says Kenya as a country so far has spent 40 billion Kenya shillings. And the first case, keeping in mind, the first case was reported on 12th March 2020. What is your take on that? Are those funds being misappropriated? Kigen.
Sorry, Habel, I didn't hear you clearly because I missed just
Okay,
some.
I'm saying the government and the Ministry of Finance, led by CS Sukuri Atani, they have reported so far that Kenya as a country has used 40 billion in combating COVID-19, keeping in mind that the first case of corona was reported here in the country on 12th of March 2020. What is your take on that? Are those funds being embezzled, or what's your take on that, Kigen?
Okay, thank you so much, Habel. I don't want to believe that there are some officials who are trying to take advantage of this situation so that they can just benefit themselves. Especially now that we have had some cases of the patients, COVID-19 patients who have recovered fully, and some of them, they just say that maybe they were charged, they were given some invoices for some expenses. So actually, it's very unfortunate to hear that number, the amount of money used is too high as compared to the number of the patients right now. So far, we have just about 320 patients, and you hear the number maybe skyrocketing, that the amount used is such huge. So it is really something to worry about, especially now when you get the numbers eating maybe about 2,000 patients. So that means that we shall use a lot of money. So I think now the controller of the budget, that these people should go back and try to see where they overspend, so that now they shall try to minimize, because we are not sure about the future. So it's time now to use what we have sparingly, that we should minimize and use accordingly to avoid any waste.
Okay, I get your point. Allow me to bring in Wanjiru Kihara. Like, I mean, quarantine facilities, they're saying the government is not paying for the upkeep. So those who are in those facilities, they are paying for their own upkeep. Also, if it's mask, we are buying for our own, unless the government has provided to either one of us, I don't know. And also sanitizer, we're also buying using our own money. But they are saying 40 billion has so far been spent in combating COVID-19. Kihara, what's your thoughts on that issue?
At this point, we expect anything from our government. In fact, 40 billion is not what we expected. Even if they said 100 billion, we are just talking. So I think Kenyans are prepared for anything they say. We are just used to their lives day in, day out. So the fact that they used 40 billion and they are not accountable for it, they are not providing free masks, they are not providing free sanitizers, they just don't care about us. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get your point. Alan Polycarp, if you can hear me, what is your take on that issue? 40 billion has so far been spent, but people are saying in quarantine facilities, you have to be responsible for your own upkeep. Polycarp.
Abel, I think that amount he said was what is he's planning to allocate for COVID-19. But either way, that number is very absurd, considering the economy we're running and the numbers and the figures of the situation so far. It hasn't come to that point you really need to use that much of amount. I believe at this point we'll say a maximum of 10 billion, that's on the high side, considering it's just a smaller number compared to other nations. And most of these things already we are sourcing locally, like PPEs and masks and sanitizers, which we buy at our own costs, meaning the government isn't providing for us, and quarantine is paid on personal amounts. So I don't see why we should be running on a 40 billion budget. That's a lot of money, Abel. It can, I assume every adult in Kenya is given 1 billion shillings. That money can still remain with the government. 40 billion is a lot of money, and that is killing our economy. I think it's just another scandal cooking. And the point of that, I believe, is to neutralize the online noises, picketing that people are putting up about the money that should be coming from internationally coming to Kenya to aid this situation, because I believe people are saying some billions were sent this way. So I think that is a motive to neutralize that noise. But 40 billion is a lot of money, Abel.
Okay, thank you very much, Alan. Now, Agongi, if you can hear me, the government says 40 billion is the amount of money that it will be used, or rather has been used to combat COVID-19. What's your take on that issue, Agongi?
Okay, 40 billion is a lot of money, considering that there are some counties which do not have ICU beds and ventilators. So the question we should ask ourselves is, where is the money going to? Because we are not being provided with a mask, we are not being provided with free sanitizers. And for those people who are in quarantine, they pay their own cost. They stand for their own things, their personal needs, you see, and they still pay some 2,000 cash to curb their stay in that place. So what we should ask, where does the money go to? Apart from the money which was given to the vulnerable and the musicians, where does the other amount go to, Abel?
Okay, Kigamba, if I can bring you in now, 40 billion is the amount set to combat COVID-19, but some people in the vulnerable society saying they have not yet gotten any assistance from the government of Kenya. What is your take on that issue, Kigamba?
Yes. First of all, as a Kenyan, what we are asking ourselves, 40 billion, that is a huge sum of money. Where has it been used? First, we have seen that the doctors have decided to go on notice for strike. Number two, the government should, if this is the way they are spending it, then you are going to count a lot of poverty in the country. We have had those rural areas, those commercial, they are complaining that they don't even have better facilities, hospital facilities. What has the 40 billion done? Where is the sanitizer, the thermostat, the face mask? Now it is costing 150. And you expect a Kenyan to put 150 just to cover themselves. Now this is where the ignorance is going to come in. The Kenyans, we know how the Kenyans react on issues. So we are going to expect the Kenyans to compare what is being spent and what is happening and what has been done to them. So we expect a lot of ignorance. And now the government has to think the ways on how to spend the money. Because if this is the way they are going to spend the money, then later to come, the taxes are going to go even higher. If this is the spending, it is not even 1 month. What about the way they are saying that it's going to go up to August? What will happen? How many billions are they going to be using? That is my point of view. They need now to lay down the strategies on how to spend the billions they are coming up with each and every day. Because if this is how they are going to spend it, things are going to be chaotic in this country. If they are expecting us to go up to July with trying to deal with COVID-19, then there are going to be a lot of challenges in terms of finances in Kenya. And even the common man should not get the better services. We don't have the beds. We don't have enough doctors. Every day they are talking about bringing in doctors. And now the doctors are offering now service right now. They have issued notice. Really, that is now they need to come with better strategies on how to spend the money that they have in hand.
Okay, thank you very much, Kigamba, for your input. Now, gentlemen and ladies, we only limited to 10 minutes, but I hope you'll be available for the second session now. If you can change gears a little bit, is that so far Mombasa as a county has recorded 79 COVID-19 cases so far, but Mombasa Governor, that is Ali Hassan Joho, insists that a lockdown could be the possible solution in combating COVID-19. Polycarp, if you can hear me, is lockdown the solution?
Abel, as the numbers are turning out, each day it's growing and growing. And as far as I'm concerned, the Kenyans are not really following on the measures put out by the government as much as they should be followed. So I believe the next step should be a lockdown, and that is soon cooking up, because on Sunday we'll be getting that on the announcement. Because remember the stringent measures of the movement out in and out of these 4 epicenter counties is coming to an end, because it was 21 days and it's like I think 2 days away. So we expect